Morning, everybody. This is Pastor Allen. Every morning I've just been sharing some different prayer points for each and every one of us. That is appointed prayers for us for the day. And for this week, I'm just asking that you would continue to pray over the people of praise. Pray for keeping and protection. Pray for God to work in the people and protect them in such a way that this coronavirus does not come near them. Continue to pray toward that end. I also want to share with you a word of encouragement, and I've just been sharing some different verses that talk about peace. And today I want to share with you from Philippians chapter 4, and there it talks about prayer, so it seems the perfect verse. Here's what it says: "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all that He has done." Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray. It's interesting that these seem to be on the opposite ends of the spectrum. On one side, you have worrying, and on the other side of things, you have prayer. And what Paul seems to be saying here is that we need to process our worry through prayer. Those things that maybe we would otherwise worry about, maybe just run them through the process of handing those over to God. One of the things I'm convinced of and becoming more and more convinced of is that we should be praying audibly. I think sometimes a lot of our prayers that we just leave as thought ends up being more worry than prayer. And what this is saying is process that worry through prayer. When you are speaking things out, you're handing them over to God. In fact, if you keep reading, next verse says, "Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus." His peace will stand guard over your heart and your mind as you live in Christ Jesus. Think about that. Here's the image: the president and the Secret Service all around him. That's what happens as we take what is otherwise worry and process it through prayer. Then God promises us that His peace, His supernatural peace that maybe we don't even understand, will be like the Secret Service that stands guard around our hearts and our minds in Christ Jesus. So when the enemy tries to attack with anxiety, there is peace protecting, not allowing those attacks to enter our hearts or our minds in Christ Jesus. So be encouraged by that today. Take those worries and process them through prayer and see if God grants you peace. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that God is using this in all of our lives to really bring us back to the foundations of our faith. And so thank you for praying with us in these things. Make sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, to subscribe and also hit the like button below in order to make sure that you're keeping up to date and keeping connected with the people of praise. May the Lord of peace be with all of you. Love you. God bless.